Hey y'all, and happy Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And as I have been preparing and thinking about this time, I have thought of a couple different things and ways to go. And then as I took a step back, I realized that there was a common theme with all of them. And that theme was perseverance. So perseverance is defined by doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. It is a continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failures, and opposition. Perseverance requires doing. It requires patience, and it requires grit or stick-to-itness. I think that if there were records of difficult times or a delay in achieving anything, that 2020 would make the top 10 list. This year has been quite difficult. Remember the time when you couldn't find toilet paper at the grocery store? It has brought forth much failure, financially, emotionally. I'm sure that we could all put in our own failure in that blank. And we have seen and experienced much opposition in our world. We are here, and what a here to be. But while we're here, we have been called to persevere, not to become complacent with whatever version of new normal we're currently living in. In Hebrews 12, we read, "Therefore, we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary or lose heart." Complacency is the opposite of perseverance. It is the opposite of what the Lord has called us to do. Complacency is settling for our comfort zones. It's growing weary and losing heart. Complacency is finding comfort in mediocrity and accepting things as they are and clinging to the status quo. It's behind our tendencies to check out, to zone out, or to become numb. Now, there have been seasons of this COVID journey where it has become easier to be complacent than it has to persevere. This has gone on much longer than I could have ever imagined, and it has been easier to sit back and become numb rather than to run with perseverance towards Jesus. To lose hope rather than to remember the joy that we have in Jesus. But Jesus calls us, in whatever our here looks like, to run the race that he has prepared for us, and to do so with perseverance. Perseverance requires action, it requires choice, and it results in great, great joy. You and I were made to be active, purposeful participants in God's eternal story. We are called to persevere and to fight complacency. So let's throw off our sin and not become entangled by our complacent ways and our desires for comfort. Let's fix our eyes on Jesus and run the race before us. Let's be people who single-mindedly reject complacency and want God more than anything else on earth. Each day, let's be disciples who deny ourselves and take up our cross to follow Jesus. We are here, so let's persevere.